begin our talk on geometry, we will start with translations. Transformations are sliding, rotating, or flipping an object on a coordinate plane. When we slide, rotate, or flip the object, it's going to keep the exact same size and shape. In geometry, when something has the exact same size and shape, it's called being congruent. So you might want to make a side note of that in your note sheet. Congruent means equal to. Right, there are several different transformations. The first one we're going to talk about is a translation, and that's going to be the moving or sliding of a object. Prime notation is the points that are after the transformation happens. A couple other things that I didn't put in your note sheet that you need to know about. Pre-image is the object before you move it. So it's just the original object. Pre-image is the original figure, and then image is what the figure looks like after you move it, so after you transform it. So pre-image is normal. Image is after it transforms. So for example 1, we want to translate the figure up 3. So what that means is we want to take each one of the 3 points and move it up 3 units. So my A is right here. If I move it up 3, it's going to be at 3, -1. If I take my B point, move it up 3, 1, 2, 3, it would be right here. And finally, if I take my C point, move it up 3 spots, it's going to be, that's it in that area. And then connect the 3 points to make the triangle. And we have translated it. So the new point is A prime, B prime, and C prime. And then I want to write a formula to get the new points. So if I move up 3, notice that it's still, each point still falls on the same x coordinate, or x, yeah, the same x coordinate. Right, they're still all are on 2 on the x axis. So therefore, my x doesn't change at all. Right, it stays the same. But to go from my old point to my new point, like to go from A to A prime, I'll have to take my y point and add 3 to it to get to my A prime point. So therefore, my y would be y plus 3 on each one of them. So if you have a vertical change, you're going to add to your y column. If you have a negative, if it goes up, you add. If it goes down, you'll subtract. For the second example, I want to translate the figure to left 4 points, and I'm going to write my general formula for each point. So my pre-image is drawn, the original image is drawn. So I want to take each point and move it left 4 points. So right now A is right here. I want to move it to the left 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It'll be right here. Then I want to take my C point, bring it over 4, and it would be right here. And then take my B point, take it over 4, and it would end up right here. Draw the lines to connect my triangle. So this would be my A prime, this would be my B prime, this would be my C prime. Now notice that the size of the figure didn't change at all, so it is congruent. Now I want to write a general equation or general formula for each one. So if I look, A started out on line 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then once we moved it left 4, it went to line 2. So to get from 6 to 2, I would have to take my x coordinate and subtract 4 from it. Now the height of it didn't change. It's still on the same y coordinate here. And still has the same height, so my y is going to stay the same. B is going to be the same thing. It moved left 4, so I'm going to do x minus 4. The height didn't change, so it stays at y. And C prime will be the same thing. X minus 4, height didn't change. So when you move a figure to the left, you're going to take your x coordinate and subtract 4 from it. And the last example I want to translate down to and write 1. So my image is drawn. I need to take A, move it down 2, and then to the right 1 spot. So it's going to end up right here. Right, then I'm going to take my C, move it down 2, and write 1. So it'll be right here. And then I'm going to take my B, move it down 2, and write 1. And go ahead and fill in the triangle, fill in the lines. This would be my A prime, my C prime, and my B prime. Okay. So if I move the figure to the right one, so if I look at my A point, it started out on line 4. I moved it to the right one, so now it's on 5 on the x-axis. So that means for all my x's, I'm going to add 1 to it. So I went to the right one, which would be an x plus 1. And then since I went down, since I changed the height, that's going to affect the y-axis. So I went from line 3 to line 1, because I went down 2. So 3 to 1 would take my y-coordinate and subtract 2 from it. Okay. So if you're writing a general formula, if you go to the right, you're going to add to your x. If you go left, you're going to subtract from your x. If you go up, you're going to add to your y. If you go down, you're going to subtract that number from your y. Translation, you're just sliding a figure throughout the coordinate plane.